well, let's get going. We're going to start standing like we have the last couple of weeks. Because I kind of like standing. I like my roll downs. So we're going to start actually with just head rolls, especially for those, I was saying this yesterday in my class. I've been sitting up a lot more than I usually do. I've been on the computer a lot more, maybe not for you guys, but for me. So chin to chest. So we're just going to give all those neck muscles a little bit of a stretch. Then you're going to think about ear to shoulder as you go into the back space, lifting out of the back and then over to the other side. And then we're just going to repeat. Let's do 4 in each direction. And then again, I always mention this, but as you're going around the circle, if you find a spot that's really snug or tight for you, take a little bit more time moving through that circle, right? So I definitely hold a lot of tension in my neck. So I have a lot more, especially when I go ear to shoulder, I feel it a lot more there than I do like chin to chest. So I'm going to kind of go through those sections of my circle a little bit slower. But adjusting for you and your body what it's telling you it needs today. And this is our last circle to this direction, and then we're just going to switch directions. And just truly feeling the heaviness of the head, right? I think if you were to cut off your head and have it be dead weight, it's something like 14 pounds. It's a lot heavier than you think. I know, gruesome thought, but, you know. I bet you never thought about how much your head weighs, or your leg, arms, trunk, any of those. And we have 2 more into this direction. And again, like if you're starting to find that you're adding your shoulders a little bit, that's fine. Just kind of tuning into your body and what it needs. 1 last circle. After this, we're going to move to roll downs. So if you're still kind of working on your circles, maybe you joined a little late, that's fine. Just join us in roll downs when you get there. And then I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see what's going on. You can just still face the same way. Just thinking about chin to chest. Again, thinking about that dead weight of your head, that 12 to 14 pounds. I'm going to roll down. As I'm rolling down, I'm thinking about lifting up in my abs. I'm almost resisting that roll down. I'm trying to find the space in my vertebra. Rolling all the way down. And when you get to the bottom, making sure that you are more on the balls of your feet, not shifted into your heels. Because I'm truly trying to get my hips over my ankles. And let your head be dead weight. Let your torso be dead weight. And then actually, let's take our arms off and kind of cup your elbows so that we're not even wanting to attempt to kind of load into our hands. And for you, right, I have that mobility in my hamstrings. You might not, so you might want to put a little bit more bend in your knees. That's fine. Thinking about taking a nice big breath in, filling that whole rib cage, the side of the rib cage, the back of the rib cage. And on your exhale, you're going to think about pulling that belly button up into your spine, letting those arms relax, and then you're going to restack your spine. Nice. We're going to do that again. This time we're going to go into a nice downward dog. So I'm just going to take a step back so I'm more centered in the screen. You can stay exactly where you are. So thinking again, I'm lifting up in my abs. I'm trying to almost resist that roll down. Like my thighs are on one side of the fence and I'm trying to reach up and over to the other side of the fence. When you get to the bottom of that roll down, just let your knees bend as much as you need to get your hands on the ground. And then walk yourself out. So you're going to walk yourself out to that nice downward dog. And then just taking a moment to really load through those index fingers, those thumbs. I'm pressing the floor away. I'm sending those heels down as much as I can. I'm actually looking at the front of my ankles. I want to make sure I'm not holding tension in my ankles. So I'm allowing them to fold. And then I'm going to think about tilting my pelvis up. So I'm going to try to get that tailbone or those sits bones up to the ceiling. Taking that nice big breath in. On your exhale, start walking your hands back. Again, let the weight be in the balls of your feet. Let your head be heavy. Taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, thinking about slight bend in your knees if you need to kind of release the pressure from that posterior side, and then scoop those abdominals to roll up. Next roll down, we're gonna go to a really wide athletic stance, so I'm just gonna rotate again. You don't have to, just so you can see what I'm doing. Thinking about chin to chest, rolling down. Scooping those abdominals. Every time you roll down, see if you can find a little bit more space, right? You're engaging those abdominals a little bit more. You're letting that torso truly be heavy. When you get to the bottom this time, again, slight bend in your knees, load through those hands, and then you're gonna toe heel walk yourself out to a wide athletic stance. Way wider than shoulder width. Now, I'm gonna have you bend in your left leg, keep your right leg straight, and you're gonna walk yourself over to like the right diagonal. So you could be getting a stretch in a whole bunch of different areas. One is the outside of the calf of your left leg, your left side body, or the right inner thigh, or all of the above. Then we're just gonna switch it over to the other side. So you're gonna straighten that left leg, you're gonna walk your hand center. You're now gonna bend your right leg, keeping your left leg straight, and then reach out over to that diagonal. So I'm really thinking about this stretch from my fingertips of my right hand all the way to the right hip as that gets pulled back. And I'm breathing, I'm not holding my breath. I am definitely not holding my breath. I'm trying to speak loud enough so you can hear me. But you should not be holding your breath. And then we're gonna straighten that right leg, walk yourself back center. Again, load through your hands as much as you need to. And then toe heel walk yourself back. So again, you might have to have a little bit more bend in your knees, that's fine. Once you find yourself center, taking that nice big inhale, thinking about filling those ribs. And then exhale, really thinking about scooping those abdominals, restack. This time we're gonna go all the way down to the mat. So I'm just gonna step back so I'm at the back side of my mat. Taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, chin to chest. Scooping those abdominals again. Can you find a little bit more space, a little bit more opening in those vertebrae as you roll down? This time when you get to the bottom, bending your knees as much as you need to get your hands down on the ground, and then you're gonna walk yourself out to a nice plank. Okay, so you're thinking about all those things you want to turn on your plank. Those glutes squeezing, that belly lifting, those shoulders away from your ears. You're going to take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, you're going to lower down to a halfway point that you can hold. So your halfway point might not actually be halfway. Take a nice other big inhale, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Uncurl your toes, and then we're going to swan. So my hands are still going to be underneath my shoulders. I'm going to think about my elbows reaching back towards my toes. I'm anchored through the front of my pelvis. I'm going to lead with the top of my head, and I'm going to come up into swan. So for some of you, right, listen to your body. I don't want you just collapsing into your lower back. You might have bent arms. You might be able to come all the way up. I don't do full swan that often, but we're doing it today. Taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, almost thinking about lengthening your spine as the front of your body finds the mat again. You're going to tuck your toes under. We're going up into a plank. You're going to send energy through those legs. You're going to squeeze those butt cheeks, hands underneath your shoulders. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, push up. And then fly those hips back into downward dog. All right, now you know where we're going. We're going to do that 5 more times. If something's going on with your shoulders that you can't do that slow, lower, midway point, just hold your plank and then make your way down to your stomach. So here we're taking a nice big inhale in, exhale, lowering to a midway point that you can maintain. Stop, take a nice big inhale in, exhale, lower all the way down. Uncurl those toes. Thinking about shoulders away from ears, elbows back, nice big inhale in. Exhale, really thinking about lengthening through that spine, collarbones wide, coming up to wherever your swan is. Taking a nice big inhale at the top, exhale, lowering the front of that body back down. Getting ready for that plank, curl those toes under, extend through those legs, squeeze those butt cheeks, nice big inhale in. Exhale, push the floor away, fly those hips back. 2 down, 3 more to go. Shifting forward, finding that plank, taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, lowering down to your halfway point or midpoint. Hold, nice big inhale in. Exhale, all the way down, uncurl those toes. Thinking about the anchor of the front of the pelvis, nice big inhale in. Exhale, belly is pulled in to support and lengthen that lower back. I'm trying to find that range of motion more in my upper back. Setting my tailbone long, nice big inhale in. Exhale, lowering back down. Checking in with those shoulders that they're not shrugging up to your ears. Curling those toes under. Energy through those legs, belly's lifted, nice big inhale in. Exhale, push the floor away. Fly those hips back. 3 down, 2 more to go. Here we go. Getting your roasty toasty right off the beginning. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, lowering halfway down. Hold. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Uncurl those toes. Shoulders away from your ears. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, lengthening through that spine. Lifting that focus. Again, this might be your swan. You might not be coming up all the way. Listening to your body. I'm having to focus really a lot on my right shoulder. It keeps wanting to creep up. So I'm thinking about that, sliding down the back of my rib cage. Tucking those toes under, taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, push the floor away. Fly those hips back. One last one, you're almost there. Finding that nice high plank. Turning on all those glutes, those abs, those lats. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, lowering down. Hold, nice big inhale in. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Uncurl those toes. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. So thinking about trying to make your spine long as you come up. Shoulders away from your ears. Belly's lifted, lengthening through that tailbone. All the way down. Oh, you did it. Nice job. Push yourself back into child's pose. You know, a little pep, pep, and step in your nice sunny morning today. All right, where are we going next? Where are we going next? Oh, we're back to our belly. We're back to our belly. So down on your belly, we've been doing these prone donkey kicks. I did them last week. I think I did them the week before. So you're going to be hand on top of hand, forehead on top of your hand. I'm going to at least be lifted so I can point out some things and you can hear me. Let's start with our left leg, and you're going to bring that left ankle over your knee. And as you do this, I want you to pay attention to the front hip bone. So as I bring my leg up, I'm going to think about pushing that hip bone into the ground. And then you might have to change how wide your legs are to make this happen, right? So if you're really tight anteriorly, you might have to go wide. If you're not, you can go pretty narrow with your legs. So here we go. Our head's down. Our ankle is over our knee. I'm thinking about pressing that front hip bone down, and then we're going to do 10 donkey kicks. So we're going to press up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8. Other hip bones press down as well. So I'm not letting that pop. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that come down. Extend that leg long. Hello, hamstring. Yes, I'm feeling mine. And then we're just going to switch over to the right side. So right ankle over right knee, right hip bone down. Actually, right and left hip bone down. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let that go long. Nice. All right, we're going to do double leg kick. I don't do this a ton, but you're going to change your arms so that they're actually on your back. And you're going to rest whatever cheek, meaning your facial cheek, not your butt cheek, on the ground so you can see what's going on the screen. And then you can just watch this first one. You can start on the second one that I do. So my arms are behind me. I'm going to think about kicking my butt 1, 2 times. I'm going to lengthen through my legs. I'm going to reach towards my toes, right? I'm going to open up my chest, and then I'm going to come down on the other side, and I'm going to repeat. So here we go. We're going to go for 3 to each side, or 3 to each cheek, so to say. So here we go. We're going to kick for 1, 2. Lengthen those arms, lengthen those legs, pull those shoulders back, and lower back down. And you're going to kick for 1, 2. Lengthen through those arms, legs, find the upper back extension. Here we go. Second time. First side. Breathing. This is an easy one to hold your breath on. I want you either inhaling or exhaling. If you're holding your breath, stop it and either inhale or exhale. We have 1 more to each side. Opening up those shoulders. And last one. Nice. All the way down. Let those hands find underneath your shoulders and just push back into a quick child pose. Nice. All right. So making your way back out to your belly and then just rolling yourself over so that you're on your back. We're going to do some upper ab curls and some coordination, some single leg circles, yada, yada, yada. All right, so we're on our back. Our legs are comfortably bent. Our hands are down by our sides. We're just going to come up into tabletop using your breath and your abdominals to bring your legs up. So nice big inhale in. Exhale, one leg up into tabletop. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, bring your other leg up into tabletop. Here, I'm going to have you do an imprinted spine. So when you think about posterior pelvic tilt, you're pressing that lower back down into the ground. And you're going to keep that lower back into the ground as we come up into an upper ab curl. So nice big inhale in. Exhale, chin to chest. Reach with those fingertips, arms float up. Take a nice big inhale at the top, and then exhale, rolling back down. We're going to repeat that. Oh, let's go for 4 total. 3 more times, because then we're going to add little heel taps. And challenging yourself, to see if on your inhale at the top, you can lift a little higher. So right here, can you lift a little higher before you roll back down? One last one before we add part B. And back down. Just let those knees hug into your chest. Give those femurs a little bit of a stir. Whew. All right, so we're going to come up into an upper ab curl, and then we're just going to add heel taps. We're going to do 5 to each side. So here we go. We're going to go back to our tabletop legs. Our lower back's pressed down. Our arms are down by our sides. Taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, chin to chest, coming up. Holding that upper ab curl as we tap one heel down and come back and the other. And we're going to go for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, 2, last one. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, lift even higher, and then come back down. We're going to repeat that. Nice big inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, reaching those arms long, and you're tapping for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice big inhale in. Lift a little higher. Back down. 2 more. Here we go. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, chin to chest, coming up. And heel tapping for 10 and 9. It's almost like your back is scooping you up into this upper ab curl. How many more do we have? I'm going to say 4, 3. I might eject you. 2, 1. Or it's your present. Happy spring. And back down. Last one. Chin to chest. Right? So it's not just anterior that's picking us up. It's also posterior. And 8, 7, Making sure we're not holding tension in our neck. If you are, lay back down and see if you can get out of your neck and then come back up. But we're gonna call this 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, roll back down. Let those knees come in. Let's move to a hamstring stretch. I'm gonna start with whatever leg this is, my right leg, because that's the one closest to the camera. My left knee I can either have bent or straight. I'm gonna let you choose whatever feels best for your body today. I'm gonna go with the bent leg because I wanna get a little bit more into my hamstrings. So I'm gonna extend that leg up to the ceiling. I'm gonna hold on to it wherever I can, right? So I'm comfortably holding on to it kind of behind my calf. And I'm gonna let my foot be dead weight, right? It's not really flexed or pointed right now. It's like the only time at training to be balanced, we're not gonna have you have energy through your foot. Then, on your next exhale, I want you to think about pulling your toes towards your nose, and that's gonna increase that stretch. So now I am doing a hard active flex on that foot. Breathing, make sure that you're not holding your breath, you're breathing through it. Now I'm gonna actively have you point that foot, and then on your next exhale, bring that leg a little closer. And you should be able to find a little bit more mobility, and then let that foot relax. And then again, breathing. At no point should you really be holding your breath through this. On your next exhale, you're gonna really actively pull your toes towards your nose. That's gonna increase the stretch. Now you're gonna actively point through your foot, and you're gonna draw that leg even closer. And you're gonna let your foot relax. Nice. Let that stretch release, and then we're just gonna switch it over to the other side. So my right leg's finding the ground now, my left leg's coming up. And again, the first place you hold is where it's comfortable, right? I don't want you to be like, yeah, I'm going for my hamstring stretch, where you can comfortably hold onto the back of your leg. Many of you are gonna be on the back of your hamstring, right? Lower leg, that's fine. So again, I'm just holding here. I'm letting this foot relax. I don't want it pointed or flexed right now. I just want it just be relaxed. Breathing. And then actively pulling toes towards nose. Ooh, this side has been super tight. Then pointing through that foot. Once that foot is pointed, trying to draw that leg a little closer. Then let that foot relax, and then we're just gonna repeat. So now we're letting the body adjust to this new position, this new stretch. On your next exhale, really pulling your toes towards your nose. It's going to increase that stretch. Then pointing those toes, and when they're pointed, bring that leg a little closer. And then let that foot relax. Nice, hugging that knee into your chest, we're gonna do our single leg circles. So I'm gonna send that left leg long. My right leg can still be bent for right now. And while you send that left leg long, I want you to take that moment to kind of dig that left heel into the ground. And I want you to think about that left hamstring reaching for the ground. You may or may not get there. But I want you to really feel anchored through that left leg. Our right leg, we're going to take up to the ceiling. If you do not have the mobility to straighten that leg, you can go with a bent leg, or you can actually go with the tabletop leg. Hands are down by your sides. You're going to cross your body, keeping heavy in that right hip, and then exhale, circle back around. And then cross and exhale, circle back around. And I said hands down by your sides, but if you want to put your hands on your hips to see if they're rocking and rolling, please do so. This is one where I get really excited. I'm trying to make the biggest circle and then change the direction of your circle. And sometimes I'm not so honest with anchoring through my hips. So I'm going to put my hands on my hips to make sure that they are stable. I'm still thinking about anchoring through that left leg. That heel is digging in, that hamstring's reaching for the ground. We have 2 more in this direction. Last one. Let that knee come into your chest. Send that leg long, and we're just gonna repeat it. So now I'm gonna think about the right heel digging into the ground, that right hamstring reaching for the mat. My left leg goes long, hands down by your sides or on your hips. I'm gonna inhale as I cross my body and exhale as I come back around. Inhale as I cross and exhale as I come back around. And I do want energy through your foot. You can kind of see I'm playing with pointed and flexed. I want energy through that foot, but I don't care if it's pointed or flexed or both. And then reverse direction. Again, don't forget about that right leg. That's going to help anchor, help stabilize the hips. It's like the most basic form of a single leg balance. One last one. Nice. Let that knee hug into your chest. All right. Last week we did the whole ab series. Let's do it again. Mainly because it's called the vacation series as well, and I want you to all think that you're on vacation. It doesn't work that way, Allison. I know. All right, so let's take our right leg. We're gonna hug it in. We're gonna hold on to the back of that thigh, and we're gonna use this leg to help come up into a nice upper ab curl. So taking a nice big inhale in, exhale, chin to chest, and pressing into my arms. I'm coming up into that nice high upper ab curl. And then I'm gonna lengthen that left leg long. I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna put my hands on the front of my knee, and I'm gonna push into my knee. My knee pushes into me. And then I switch. For 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees come in, grab your shins, lift a little higher. Both arms and legs reach away from each other. Try not to drop in your chest. For 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, 2, last one. Take that right leg, extend it long wherever you can hold on to it. Left leg reaches away from you. You're gonna lift a little higher, you're gonna double pulse. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. This is gonna be 5, 7, I usually don't do it this way, 9, and then both legs go up. You can hold on to it. Can you lift a little higher? Wherever you can hold on, right? Hands behind your head. Think about pushing your head into your hands into your head, wide elbows. They are slightly in front of you. Send those legs long. Lower back does not pop off the ground. And then exhale, bring them back up. For 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, last one. Bicycle. Rotate towards that right. Now rotate towards the left. Trying to keep your shoulder blades off as you rotate side to side. Hips are heavy, right? So as I rotate to one side, my opposite hip is not popping off. And breathing, of course. We're gonna go for 4, 2, nice job. Hug those knees into your chest. Woo! I do like the full ab series in its entirety. Let's move to our side. We'll do our side legs. This one I haven't really changed that much since last week. At least I don't think I have. Maybe I'm lying to you. So you're gonna be on your side. Let's go down on your bicep. So this arm can either be bent or straight. And then you're gonna think about stacking those hips, right? So this bottom waistline, you should be lifted. This is not just relaxed like we're watching TV. Your feet are slightly in front of you. And then we're gonna start with the top leg and we're just gonna lift and lower it, keeping toes pointing forward for 10, and 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, leg back up to hip height. I'm still pulling up on my abs. I'm still thinking about lifting this bottom waistline, and I'm going to squeeze my legs together for 10. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs squeezing. I'm going to have you extend your bottom arm. Oh, you people who don't like bananas, you're going to love this. You're going to think about lifting your torso and your legs. This is not a big lift. We're going to lift both for 10. As I'm doing this, you saw my hip shake. I'm trying not to let that top hip roll back. For 3, 4, 5, 6, don't forget about pulling up those abs. 7, they're not on vacation. 8, 9, 10. All right, head can relax back down. Top leg is still lifted. Bottom knee comes forward. Bottom waistline's lifted. Bringing that top knee in. I still haven't let it touch the bottom knee. And now I'm going to kick behind me. So I'm going to think about reaching behind me. As I reach behind me, I'm not letting this top hip either roll forward to counterbalance or roll back. Abs are lifted. And then I bring it back in, and we're going for 10 of those. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're almost done, but not quite. We have one more thing after this. Keep that leg behind you. You're going to think about like a wall being behind you, and you're going to lift and lower, or like you're trying to trace your heel up that wall. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, outer hip. Let that top leg finally come in. Let's stretch it out. Free hand can find the ground. Bottom knee can come forward even more. You're going to push yourself up. That butt cheek that you just burn, baby, burn. That leg is going to swing over. Here, if you can get both sits bones down, you're going to keep both sits bones down. If you're kind of hiked up, you're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Take that bottom leg and extend it out. Sitting up tall, really hugging your knee in with the opposite elbow. So once you get here, I don't want you kind of falling back, right? I really want you sitting up tall on those sits bones. No tension in those shoulders. You're dropping them away. All right, so I think this is what we're going to do. We're doing the vacation series abs again because we did them twice last week. I feel like we should do them twice again this week. And then we'll do the other leg. Let's see if I remember all of that. All right, so making your way down to the ground, I'm going to flip side, so I'll be on the right side when we get to our legs. Oh, we started with our right leg last time, so let's start with our left leg. So holding on to the back of that thigh. Nice big inhale in, exhale. I'm kind of chuckling because I'm having to psych myself out to do this. Right leg's reaching long, pressing into that left knee. We're going to switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those shins, lift a little higher. Arms and legs reach away from each other. You're not dropping your chest as you reach overhead. For 5. Oops. 5. We're doing 6 total. 4. 3. 2. 1. Left leg reaches long. Nice straight leg. Right leg reaches long. Lift a little higher. You're going to double pulse. Pulse, pulse. And switch. Pulse, pulse. For 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. both legs go up, lift a little higher, hands go behind your head, wide elbows. Support that head, send those legs long. Keep that lower back glued to the ground. So only lowering as low as you can, being honest with that lower back. For 3, we're going for 6 total. And 4. And 5. And 6. Left knee comes in, right armpit to left knee. Last thing, bicycle for 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let everything relax down. Nice job. All right. Making your way to the side. I promise after this I'll give you a stretch other than just your cheek stretch. Whew. So hips are stacked, bottom waist length lifted, right? We have that little arc in the bottom. Resting on your bicep. Hands, I didn't say this on the other side. Hand can be up, it can be on your hip, or it can be lightly in front of you. I just don't want a death grip if it's lightly in front of you. Taking that top leg, lifting it long. You're gonna lift for 10. And 9. 8, I'm in trouble because my outer hip is already talking to me. Maybe from yesterday's class. 5, it'll be good for me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg about hip height. You're gonna squeeze. Think about squeezing your inner thighs to bring that lower leg up to it for 10. 9, 8, hips stay stacked. 7, 6, and try to keep them still. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs squeezing. We're going to try to lift our torso and our legs together. It's miniature for 10, so don't think it has to be a huge movement. Excuse me. 9, 8, 7, lost it. 6, 5. Think about pulling up in the front of the abs. It will help. 4. That's not too much to the top hip rolls back. 3, 2, 1. Let that torso relax down. Bottom knee comes forward. Top knee comes forward but does not relax. And then you're going to stomp behind you. As you stomp behind you, pulling up in those abs so you don't hyperextend in your lower back for 10. And 9. And 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Keep that leg behind you. Abs are still pulling up. You're going to lift and lower that leg. Toes pointing forward for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Smile. You got it. 2. Last one. Ooh, hello, hip. So we're going to push ourselves up. Our free hand that's on top is going to kind of push ourselves up. Our bottom knee is going to come forward. That top hip that we just burned, we're going to swing around that leg. Both sits bones down if you can't get there. Bottom leg extended. Hugging that knee into your chest, lengthening through your spine. So I don't want anybody back here, right? Sitting on top of those sits bones, shoulders relaxed. Breathing. Nice, let's see. Oh, we got time, we got time. All right, we haven't done any of our sitting stuff, so we'll do that. We've been doing our side stretch. Last week we did it in little diamond legs, so let's do that again. And these don't have to be tight, right? These don't have to be with your heels really close to you. They can kind of be an elongated diamond. And again, I want you to think about really stacking your spine. I'm notorious for kind of locking out my lower back and rocking forward. So I'm going to really stack in my spine, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Hands are out to the side. I keep on switching angles so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to think about reaching over to the right side. And as I do that, I'm going to lift out of my right side body. So I'm not just collapsing down. I'm lengthening both sides. I'm going to think about keeping my head on my spine. My favorite thing is to let it kind of collapse down. And I'm going to keep my shoulders stacked. So I don't want this top shoulder to roll forward. I'm going to take a nice big inhale, and then the exhale, I'm going to think about all my postural muscles lifting me back up to center. And then again, see, I'm kind of tilted forward, so I'm going to adjust my spine back. And I'm going to go over to the left side. And breathing into this as much as you can. It's almost like your side bodies are a rainbow. And what I mean by that is they both kind of have this even arc as they go to the side. Although maybe if we described our side bodies as rainbows more often, we'd feel better about our side bodies. Everybody has rainbows for side bodies. Second side, second time. Breathing, seeing if you can get a little bit more reach, a little bit more arc. Third time, first side. Last time we're going through this. So again, making sure that you're keeping your head on your spine, that you're not letting it come off, not letting that top shoulder kind of get pulled forward. And then anchoring through those hips. Some of you might already discover that your opposite hip wants to pull up. And you want to think about it being heavy. Nice. Before we go into our saw, we're just going to kind of do a stretch. So keeping with these diamond legs, I'm going to think about taking my left hand across to the outside of my right leg wherever I can hold onto it. I'm going to lengthen through my spine. My right hand is going to go back, and I'm just rotating. I'm looking behind me, so I'm just getting that T-spine mobility. We work on this a lot, just in a lot of different movements. We don't do this one that often. In general, this is where you want rotation to come from your spine, this midsection, not your lower back. And then just switching that over to the other side. Breathing, shoulders are relaxed. Great, I'm not holding tension. Nice, coming back center, we're moving to saw, so we're gonna take those legs a little bit wider. Shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider than shoulder width. And again, we're stacking those spines. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, wide arms. Anchoring through both hips. Let's rotate, I don't know, pick a side, any side. I'm gonna rotate away from you guys first. And then I'm gonna think about anchoring through the opposite hip as I dive past that pinky toe, taking a nice big inhale in. Exhale, scooping those abdominals, coming all the way back. And second side, first time. Breathing through this. I don't really care where your inhales and exhales come. I care that you're inhaling and exhaling. So as you're doing this, if you're finding that you're holding your breath, stop holding your breath and either take an inhale or an exhale. Second side, second time. We're going to do this 3 times each side. Every time you go, see if you can get a little bit more reach. See if you can feel a little bit more anchored through those hips. Last one. Nice. Legs can come together. We're going to do hip circles. One of the more, what they consider advanced in the Pilates repertoire. We're going to do a modified hip circle. So as you can see, I'm kind of sitting back like I was at the beach, trying to soak up some sun. So you adjust for your body, right? You might find that you have to walk those hands out a little bit more. You also might find that you have to go wider with your hands. So adjusting for your body. I'm thinking about keeping that sternum lifted. In fact, I think I have to move my hands back a little bit. I'm going to bring one leg up into the tabletop. I'm going to bring the other leg up into the tabletop. So then adjust those arms as much as you need to. I'm still lengthened through my spine, right? So I haven't collapsed down, still lengthened through. I'm going to zip up those legs, and then I'm going to go over to the side. as I go over to the side, so I went to the left side, my right hip picks up. Then I'm gonna switch. Then I'm gonna go back to my original side, and I'm gonna do a little can-can kick. And then come back. Then I'm gonna switch. So now I'm going second side, 2. On the third one, you're gonna do a little leg extension, and back. And first side, 2. Third one, little leg extension, and back. Second side, since I didn't cue what side we were starting on. And you should start to feel those obliques, yes? We're on our first side, third time. And second side. We're gonna go for one more each side. So you didn't know that you're gonna learn how to do the can-can, did you? Last one! And you're good. Walk those hands back in. Let's just do a quick hamstring stretch, and then we're gonna end with our rollovers. We didn't do them last week, but we did them the week before. So lengthening through that spine, pushing yourself forward if that's where you need to be, from side profile. Or, right, if you can reach forward, I still want to lengthen spine. So not this kind of collapsed ragdoll. I'm gonna think about sending that tailbone away from the top of my head. Grabbing a hold of wherever you can grab a hold on your legs, right? So some of you might be back here. Some of you might be kind of underneath your thighs. Some of you might be going for this approach. Breathing, shoulders away from your ears. And I'm kind of shifting. I didn't realize I was doing this. I just automatically did it. I'm shifting side to side. I'm just kind of opening up those hips a little bit. So you can either be more of a static or you can do a little wiggle. All right, rollovers. Just watch quickly, and then you can probably follow along for the last, it's going to be 6 total reps. So you're going to start on your back. Your legs are going to be up to the ceiling. This is the one where we're taking those legs all the way up and overhead. So I'm going to send those legs away from me. My legs are zipped up. Then I'm going to toss them up overhead, and I'm thinking about lengthening my pelvis up to the ceiling. I'm going to open up hip width apart, and then I'm going to roll down like somebody has a hold of my ankles, and they're resisting that roll down, right? I'm going to keep my legs apart, and then I'm going to zip it up and repeat. So we're going to do 3 with each leg pattern. Now that you know where we're going, you can follow along. So we're on our back. My legs up to the ceiling, our legs are zipped together. I'm going to send those legs long, lower back stays on the ground. My shoulders, my triceps, my arms help me with that rollover. I open up hip width apart. I'm going to think about scooping my abdominals, wide shoulders, so they are working, but I'm thinking about pressing them into the ground. Legs stay hip width apart. Now they zip up and toss back over. We're doing 3 with this leg pattern. So this is halfway through the second. Legs stay wide, zip them up. They stay zip as you toss them over. And then we're going to switch on this one. So legs are wide. They stay wide. They stay wide when you reach them on. They stay wide when you toss them up and over your head. Zipping them up, pulling in that belly. It's almost like, think about the roll downs that we started class with, right? It's almost like that belly is pushing your spine down as you roll back down. Second one with this one, it's the last thing that we're doing with our class. Legs are zipped up. Now they go hip width apart, up and over. This is your 3rd rollover. Nice. Let's end standing. So I'm going to have you kind of wiggle yourself over back onto your stomach. Hands underneath shoulders. Energy through those legs. You should be an expert now since we did like 6 of them at the beginning of class. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, push the floor away. Slide those hips back. I'm going to shimmy myself to the back here just so I don't come off of the camera when I roll up. Sending those heels down, driving through the fingertips, the thumbs. Taking that nice big inhale in. Let's walk hands to feet. Once you get there again, make sure that you're in the balls of your feet. Let your head be heavy. Taking that nice big inhale and exhale, thinking about lifting those abdominals. Like bending your knees if you need it. Letting those shoulders slide down the back of your rib cage when they can. Nice. And then just taking a moment to feel that length in your spine. Hopefully it feels a little bit longer now that we've kind of gone through class. Thinking about that alignment, that ear over shoulder, shoulder over rib, rib over hip, hip over knee, and knee over ankle. Nice. And you're done. Thanks for joining me.